Good morning from Southern California. This is Dr. Tom Peters, and this is my second video on adult partner relationships addressed to young adults 18 to 25. In this video, I'm going to talk about the law and various cultural issues as they apply to partner relationships. The United States is a multicultural society. In Southern California, there are over 23 million people living here, and there are various culture groups represented in this region, and in New York and Florida and virtually every state in this country. There are several bicultural families, meaning that some cultural norms are maintained in the family that you would find in the country of origin. At the same time, they live in the United States, and their descendants are usually bilingual. They can speak Spanish English, or Hindi English, or Hungarian and English, or Armenian and English, but they have to live by the cultural standards maintained at home, as well as live their lives in a very open society. In this society, you have the right to live your life the way you want to live your life. It's given by law. You have to make decisions for yourself. However, in some countries, there are very specific rules as to dating, a sexual encounter, and marriage. And if you encounter a problem that the way you want to live is very different from the way your parents want you to live your life, I have to recommend counseling, face-to-face counseling. I'm not able to give any advice on the internet, and professionals like counselors, psychologists are not going to be able to give you a direct advice as to what you should do. However, you can review your options in a face-to-face setting. Some issues you might encounter in Los Angeles in general is, for instance, arranged marriages. It seems like something from the past. If you recall the name Marie Antoinette, she was the Queen of France who was executed. Her marriage to Louis XVI was an arranged marriage, and she moved to France at the age of 14 to marry the King of France, and they had children. You still find something like that in Los Angeles. People would marry because their parents arranged the marriage. Violating cultural norms, I'm so sorry. Violating cultural norms can create a storm in the family, because the parents always reserve the right to treat their children like children, and you might be an adult already. You have to make decisions for yourself. This is relevant in this region because of the punishment and consequences involved if you violate the cultural standards of your own family or community where you live. Every culture has one relevant function, which is normative, which is the normative function of the culture. The culture tells us what is appropriate, what is not appropriate. And the cultures have various reward and punitive functions. Now, reward is a positive experience, and it's usually not a big issue how different culture groups reward their members. However, the punishment can be very different, and in some cultures, physical punishment is acceptable. It's not acceptable in the United States of America and in California. And we know that physical punishment can lead to serious injury or death. I would recommend you one website to check out, which is the California Minor Consent and Confidentiality laws. Because of the punitive nature of deviating from expected standards in the behavior, minors, girls, have the right to request a pregnancy test without the consent of the parent. minors, I believe any minor, regardless of age, has the right to request abortion, pregnancy test, and the professional who provides the services cannot give information to the parent without the consent of the minor. The reason is protection, because parents can beat up the minor, and it can result in death too. Also, about substance abuse counseling, mental health counseling, the federal law is the same. However, the professional can involve the parent if they think that it would be better for the minor's safety or the safety of others if the parents were involved in the process of counseling. So the key issue in this video is the law. You have to know the law, and you have to know your rights, even as a minor, if you're watching it and you're under 18. But over 18, the law prohibits any professional to give information to your parent about any issues. And even if you give consent, the professional can decide whether they want to involve the parent or not if you are over 18. However, the parent might consider you the child who has to follow the instructions at home and has to follow the cultural standards. Anyways, I'm going to continue the next presentation with also some legal aspects pertaining to marriage and cohabitation. So, see you next time. Bye-bye.